fatty boy. You thought I'd leave you on YouTube all by yourself? I figured you would miss me too much, and it looks like, at least based on your social media, that you should be in a tight spot, or what would normally be a tight spot for a rat. Paul Saladino, CarnivoreMD, better known as Rat Boy for his appearance as well as behavior, you know, a face that literally looks like a rat, and he always goes for the cheese, aka money, moolah. January 29th. The rat is doing a live update on Instagram speaking about how he caught COVID 2 days.
I wonder, I've heard of people getting a lack of smell and taste from COVID. I've heard that could potentially be, like, some of that can be obviously related to your sinuses being stuffed, but I know lack of smell for sure that can be linked to brain damage, and COVID does, like, it can cause brain damage. I don't know exactly why some people... Well, Phil, at the very least, I don't look like I'm pregnant, but thanks for the donation, Bugman, appreciate it.
Days later is using COVID to push his astroturfing supplement company. On February 6th, less than 1 week after being sick, he's seen in Tanzania. So proud to be...
So, let's go back here. What did he say? Incredibly grateful to have had a very mild course of COVID because I am metabolically healthy, but I'll be honest and say I can't wait to taste my steak again soon. Sure, buddy. January 31st. So I think, I don't know what the... Wait, January 31st. Feeling good. Okay, so I don't know how long you have to quarantine yourself after you get COVID. How long do you have to quarantine after you test positive? When you can be around others after you had or likely had COVID. 10 days since symptoms first appeared and 24 hours with no fever without the use of fever-reducing medications, and other symptoms of COVID are improving.
Why are people...
Okay, so as long as... So all you have to do is... Oh wait, tested positive for COVID-19 but had no symptoms. Continue to have no symptoms, you can be with others. Okay, so yeah, if you test positive... all you have to do is take 10 days, have 10 days of quarantine, and then if you have 24 hours with no fever and other symptoms of COVID are improving, like loss of taste and smell persist for weeks or months after recovery and need not delay the end of isolation. Yeah, so let's see. He made this post. Let's actually go to Paul Saladino's Instagram. Let's see. Paul Saladino Instagram. So, where are we at? Don't know what that is. Sincere question, are there any vegans out there with good physique muscle mass who only eat unprocessed plant foods, no synthetic protein? Oh my god, what a fucking moron. Yeah, dude, I can outbench you, alright? You can't use, oh, you're taking protein powder as an excuse. So, okay, this might be, like, way back in his, where are we at, March? This was, yeah, January, okay. I think he's pretty, okay, wait, we're too far back now. January 10th. Did he delete these posts? Oh no, here we go.
Any questions you guys have about my COVID experience or about animal-based diets or about snowboarding or whatever the heck you have questions about, but yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel basically completely normal at this point. My energy is completely normal. My breathing is totally normal. I feel great. It's been a very mild case of coronavirus for me. So I'm thankful for that, right? I'm very thankful that I haven't had any problems with coronavirus. My heart goes out to anyone who has had a serious case of coronavirus, COVID, and I continue to believe, or at least suggest to you all, that really metabolic health is the main determinant in labs. So I just answered the question, what do you classify as metabolically healthy? I just answered that. RT, no, and I avoid those. Those who heard my story, you know that I did an animal-based diet with pure. Somebody says I'm packing loads of muscle on. What's up, Instagram? I'm gonna go live for a little bit.
Okay, I don't know if he goes into the into details of when he got it exactly, but let's see. COVID is blah blah blah. I don't know. So this was on January 29th, and then when was he in Tanzania? February 6th? So what? Okay, it sounds like he probably quarantined for 10 days. That's what it seems like. When he made this post, it sounds like he probably had COVID for a little while, probably quarantined. And then there was like more than a week later, then he was eventually in Tanzania. Okay, so Frank is just making up bullshit here. Riddle Master, to appreciate it.
2 days later, is using COVID to push his astroturfing supplement company. On February 6th, less than 1 week after being sick, he's seen in Tanzania, so proud to be taking pictures next to a tribe. Does it look like he's wearing a mask to you? Does it look like he's standing 6 feet apart to you? It's questionable. And bringing your rat shit supplements to an indigenous tribe is like bringing up.
Wait. This is lunch. For breakfast, I had 2-ounce liver, 1 pound steak, desiccated supplements from Heart and Soil Supplements. Frank sells supplements. What the fuck is he talking about? Heart and Soil Supplements. Nose to tail supplements. Beef organs. Oh, this just looks horrendous. So what is this? 100% grass-fed liver, heart, and kidney. This is disgusting. I just want to see the ingredient list. Yeah, where? Peptides? What? Okay, this is kind of strange. Yeah, so let me see. Ingredients. Okay, gelatin. New Zealand grass-fed liver, New Zealand grass-fed heart. Okay, so it's just pieces of different organs. That's fucking disgusting. It's weird that Frank is criticizing Paul for promoting supplements when Frank sells supplements. Like, weird.
Bringing a fleshlight to your girlfriend's house, although...
Guitaro donated $3 donation.
You would probably need to bring an anal version and a beer to put on the girl, if it was a girl in the first place. Maybe you should send me some pictures of you anal swabbing those African boys so I can put them up on your website.
Jesus Christ. The projection is super hard. So we all know Frank worked as a gay prostitute, and then he's like accusing Paul Saladino of being gay and using that as an insult. Like, making fun of people for being gay is so out of fashion now, too. Why is he doing this?
PaulSaladino.com. So what's the deal, Paul? What's your explanation for this one? That the tribesmen are so metabolically healthy, they would survive at a 100% rate?
Yeah, so, Paul tested positive for COVID. He quarantined. He doesn't have any viral load anymore when he went to Tanzania, and it's a tribe in Africa. They don't have much contact, so virtually zero possibility for anyone in the tribe to have COVID. Probably didn't figure wearing a mask was important in those circumstances, so I don't see what the issue is. Like, it's weird too. Frank is claiming that coronavirus doesn't exist, so why is he claiming Paul traveled while infected if he doesn't even believe the virus exists in the first place? Like, it's so funny how Frank will just change what he believes in when it's convenient for him. It's like, oh, the coronavirus isn't real. And then when it's convenient for him to attack someone else, oh, the coronavirus is real. Now he's spreading it.
As with everything else.
Is Paul even gay? I don't know.
And use his Freemason connections.
Not sure. I think he's hetero.
And his wallet, as well as his Freemason daddies. I mean, he either believes in you-know-what, or he doesn't. If
Paul was still sick while traveling. So I just looked it up. If you, after 10 days after becoming symptomatic, your symptoms are improving, then you can travel again. That's just how long you need to quarantine. It's only a 10-day quarantine, and as long as you don't have a fever and symptoms are improving, then it's fine. I don't know if he actually was traveling while sick. That's kind of fucked up if it is true, but whatever.
He didn't believe it was real. That would explain this behavior. Either way, this looks horrible.
Paul even said he was sick on his Instagram stories. Okay.
You can't pretend it exists and then say, oh, I got sick, and then go travel. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What makes it even more comical is that he has spent the last 3 months traveling. Puerto Rico. Hey, listen, I love those Puerto Rican girls. I mean, well, he's not into girls. Montana, Utah, Africa, back to Virginia. Is this guy trying to spread to everyone on this planet? You guys saw the new Borat movie, right? If you did.
Yeah, I don't know why Paul's traveling. There was that other doctor, Dr. Mike, who I would say Dr. Mike is also just a piece of shit. He's just a slime ball. He was claiming everybody should be social distancing, and then he ended up going on a yacht filled with all these fucking paid girls who were just there as models to rub like ass and titties in his face. And he wasn't social distancing, wasn't wearing a mask or anything. Yeah, like, it's probably the same thing with Paul Saladino. He probably just doesn't really give a shit, and he's just more concerned with what he just personally wants to do. I think it's bad behavior from a medical doctor for sure. To be traveling like this, it's definitely a bad example, especially if it's not necessary. If he was doing some sort of, like, I don't know, necessary work for his business or something, like, then I can understand. But if, I don't know, he's just traveling because he feels like it for the most part, I think that's pretty shitty.
Didn't watch it. Very, very funny, and it lines up with this. Well, maybe he's just trying to probe as many boys as possible. Hey, you know what, rat boy? Maybe
isn't he getting sued by Paul, and now he's accusing him of being a pedophile?
Visit one of your buddy's ashes in Jersey. I'm sure Mr. Crowley would love to see us both, for different reasons. You know what this reminds me of? I think this was from a Family Guy episode. There was this guy, Sir Richard Francis Burton, who traveled around to measure men's junk. He was fascinated by African phallic worship, and he had a strange, old-school, racist obsession with the size of black men's penises. He even went so far as to measure several obliging fellows. I wonder if that's what Rat Boy's up to. Hey, you never know. As much as I enjoy joking around and pointing out how much of a clown this guy is, you guys know from past videos, the many I've done on this degenerate, how upset I've actually been. And I cannot explain how frustrating it is to work so hard for something and have these Freemason loser plant as in they put him there to specifically steal my information and make a whole bunch of people who think they're better than me and you a lot of money. Apparently not, if they can't think of anything themselves and they need to steal other people's research. What do you need all that?
So, for those of you who don't know, Frank was accusing Paul Saladino of plagiarism. Plagiarism is not illegal. That was a misunderstanding that Frank had, and Like, now Frank is claiming Paul stole his research. Frank has never conducted any research, obviously. So that claim is just false. Frank thought that Paul was stealing his video ideas and copying some of the information that Frank said in those videos. Whether or not that's true, that's not illegal. Like, okay. And by the way, like, Paul's a carnivore dieting idiot, so if he's going to make videos, they're probably going to be very similar to the videos Frank makes. They're going to be filled with the same sort of misinformation, same general topics and shit, so could just be purely coincidental. I don't know what any of this has to do with Paul being a pedophile. Not a smart move for Frank.
That money for to guarantee a single life of homosexual luxury into old age? Apparently, the rat isn't too happy that I insinuated he was performing anal swab tests on African boys in a previous video, because he called his lawyer to also issue a summons against my meat company, Frankie's Free Range Meat. I mean, does he really think he's going to shut me up with these nonsense, frivolous lawsuits? Paul, I think it's very clear you want me to stop talking, so I suggest you take a long trip back to reality and stop burning that money in your lawyer's driveway. You're what, 40 years old, no girlfriend, dancing with dudes in saunas? Are you just a closet homosexual that wants to...
Frank is 30 years old, has never had a girlfriend. I believe he even has admitted this on stream, that he's never had a girlfriend before. He has claimed that women will not date him because he's too short. He has claimed that he would rather throw rocks at girls than try to date them on Tinder. So, I don't know why Frank, and he's admitted on camera to working as a gay prostitute. So Frank here is claiming Paul is gay and can't get laid by a woman when Frank has that exact issue. This is hardcore fucking projection.
Take pretty old Frankie boy on a date.
Yeah, Frank's almost 30. He's the same age as me.
For that one, buddy. And
he's 29, but he's going to be 30 this year.
Anal swabbing in those saunas, I figured you would be a perfect candidate for performing those tests in Africa. I mean, I haven't seen any mention of formal training to perform an anal swab test, so they probably put you at the front of the line for your lifelong experience. And Paul, if I'm telling the truth,
he's worked as a gay prostitute.
You know, if half the stuff I say is the truth and half the stuff I say is me.
It is brutal, simple, delicious pan sauce.